We just launched this brand new product on Amazon and made $100,000 in 90 days profitably. Our average ACoS was just 14%, making this an extremely profitable product launch, even on the first order of inventory, which is very rare. We executed this product launch without external traffic, without an email list, and without influencers, solely using Amazon PPC. So now I'm going to peel back the curtain and show you inside Seller Central and inside the ad console so that you can see the exact campaigns and how they were set up, so all of you dink doinks can go back home and set them up yourselves. Okay, so here's what the ad console looks like. I'm inside the ad console for the brand right now. This product is a pretty high priced product. So it's priced over $200. It's a bedroom product inside home and kitchen. It's like a product that's used as part of a bed. You can see our average ACoS over the launch period was 13.8%. Now we have our own data dashboards. You can see the sales, the PPC sales were $57,000 over the launch period, but that's only the PPC sales. If I open up our own data dashboard, you could see the total sales for the launch period, not including these initial days, because those were like a few inventory items that got checked in and then stocked out. So this is really the launch period here up until end of the launch is just over $100,000. But that's not my favorite stat. My favorite stat is you could see TACoS. TACoS means true average cost of sale, meaning what's your ad spend divided by your total revenue. What it represents is basically what portion of your revenue are you spending on ads. And you can see in the beginning, it was high, 21%. That's actually not that high for a product launch, but it's high for ongoing. You wouldn't want to do that for very long, usually, unless the product is super high margin. And by the end of the launch, we have now gotten it down to this most recent week was 6.5%. So only 6.5% of our total revenue is being spent on ads, which is awesome. Total sales are sitting at about 12,000 per week. And this product is just off to the races with a 6.5% TACoS, 12,000 per week revenue. This product is highly profitable. It's just a cash cow. We continue to feed it, take more market share, and continue to pull cash out of it, just like a real estate asset. This is the type of product launch that you want to have. It's a profitable product launch. Here's our seller board. You can see the product was launched here basically in January. This is where I was telling you that only a few units got shipped in. We don't count that. So it was launched here. These profit numbers are not accurate because we don't have our COGS filled in, but the COGS is between 20 and 25%. So it's actually not that far off. It's a very profitable launch, even though these numbers are not accurate. You can see the sales have precipitously grown, and this month we're already on track to supersede the previous month in both profit and revenue. All right, now for the part that you guys are all here for. Let's look at the actual campaigns. And what I'm going to do through this period is I'm going to walk you through campaign by campaign what the top performing campaigns were and how they were set up. And I'm actually going to show you step by step how to set them up so that you can do this yourself at home. I'm also going to do something really special. I'm going to give you a resource that we use internally that walks you through at your own pace, step by step, how to set up each of these campaign types. And it also shows you a framework with the input for each of the forms inside the ad console so that you know exactly what to put for each setting. What bid, what bidding strategy, what targeting, what targets themselves, what custom creative. Every setting is shown inside this resource so that you can take that home and use it yourself. I'm going to give you a chance later on in this video to get that. I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it a little bit later on. All right, now let's get into these campaigns. So you can see I've ordered these campaigns by sales from the top selling campaign to the least selling campaign. We're going to go through the top 5 and you can see the ACoS of these campaigns. It's really healthy, especially for a product launch. They're all in the teens and 20s. And I'm going to show you exactly what these campaigns are and how they were set up. Okay, so this first campaign is a sponsored product category targeting campaign, targeting a specific category, which is bed frames. And you can see this is the campaign that's producing a majority of the sales during the launch period, which is interesting, right? So a lot of you guys might still be in the methodology of sending a lot of your traffic during the launch phase towards single keyword exact match campaigns. Sometimes that works, but a lot of times it doesn't work. And giving Amazon more leeway through broad match, through automatic targeting, through things like category targeting and product targeting can actually work a lot better during a launch period to drive sales velocity in a lean way so that you're not just losing money and dumping money down the toilet just trying desperately to rank during this launch period. So these other campaign setup types that a lot of people ignore actually end up being super powerful during a product launch. So how do you set up a campaign like this? Well, you're going to go to your ad console, click campaigns, click create campaign. Then you're going to go to sponsored products, click continue, name the ad group, add the product that you want to advertise, click manual targeting, click product targeting, and then click categories, and then search for the particular category that you want to advertise. And once you find the category, you're going to add it by clicking add. To set the bid, you can use Amazon suggested bid. It doesn't really matter that much what bid you put in the beginning, but Amazon suggested bid a lot of times is way off. It's much better for you to calculate the bid. I have a whole video on this on my channel. It's just called what to bid. So you'll set your initial bid. The campaign bidding strategy you're going to use is dynamic bids down only. Under placements, you're not going to put in any placement modifiers. That comes later once you see the performance of the campaign and what placements are doing best. Then you start to put in placement modifiers by upping the ones that are working really well. Then all you're going to do is put in your daily budget. I have a whole video on daily budgets and how to calculate your daily budget for each of your campaigns and for the account as a whole. It's on my channel. You can find it. It's just called what to budget. You're not going to use this setting increase bids for high traffic days, and then you're going to launch your campaign. Okay, so now you know how to set up the type of campaign that produced the most sales throughout our period of 90 days where we made $100,000 profitably on this brand new product launch in a new brand. Cool? I hope so. Now, if you like that, you're going to love the resource I'm going to give you access to later on in this video with a step-by-step framework of what to put in each of the fields of the campaign setup manager inside the ad console. So there's no way for you to get lost or not know what to put in a certain setting, and it's all completely clear to you. So I know you guys are going to love that. And with that, let's go to the next campaign, which is another category targeting campaign, simply targeting a different category. The other one we were targeting bed frames. This time we're targeting beds. You can see the last one made $21,700 in sales at a 12% ACoS. This one made $6,100 in sales, 18% ACoS. I'm not going to go through how to set up that campaign because it's the exact same setup type that we just walked through. Now, the next one is a different setup. This is a sponsored product campaign targeting keywords with phrase match, not exact match or broad match, but phrase match, and targeting a particular family of keywords. The key here when you're inputting keywords is to stick to one family at a time. A lot of people like to organize their keywords in their campaigns by search volume, which isn't a terrible strategy, but if you do that, you lose out on a lot of the benefits that you would get if you organize your keyword by semantic core or by search term family. So for example, if I had a bunch of people searching for capsules and then a bunch of other people searching for powders, and then yet another a bunch of people searching for muscle gain, and then yet another bunch of people searching for pain, I would put all of those keywords related to those particular themes, or what we call shopper intents, together in separate campaigns so that I know how that particular buyer intent is connecting with my ads. That way I know if people who are shopping for powders have a low click-through rate, then there's something wrong with my title that's not connecting with people who are searching for powders. And then I can do something in my primary image to change that. Like I could put a stack of powder next to the bottle or whatever, but I wouldn't have that insight if I didn't segregate my campaigns that way. Okay, so that's my little aside. I'm going to step off my soapbox now, and we're going to get into how to set up a campaign like this. Okay, so to set up this type of campaign, you're going to go to your ad console under sponsored products, click continue. You're going to name your ad group. I have a whole rubric about how to name your ads properly. It's actually really awesome. I'm happy to send it to you guys. If you just follow the instructions later on in the video for how to get the resource I was talking about before, I'll send you that too if you just request it. You're going to add your product. You're going to go down to targeting and select manual targeting. Then you're going to select keyword targeting. And then in keyword targeting, you're going to go to enter list and then unselect broad and unselect exact, leave phrase. Now what phrase means, any keyword you put in here, Amazon has to include it, but it can add keywords to the front or to the end of the search term that you put in. So you could put in single terms or multi-keyword terms in here, and Amazon has to keep those words together, but it can add more terms to the end to get longer tail keywords. Again, you want to keep them the same semantic core or semantic family, and I would recommend Xing out this keywords related to your product category. Add that in from your keyword research or from your PPC search term reports. Then you're going to go down to campaign bidding strategy, select down only. You're not going to put anything in the placement modifiers for now. You're just going to adjust those as time goes on based on what placements are doing best. Then you're going to name your campaign, put in your daily budget, and then launch it. Okay, now even though this campaign produced the third highest amount of sales, you could see that the campaign is off currently. And the reason for that is even though a 21% ACoS would be good, generally speaking, for us, it was one of the highest ACoS campaigns. We were getting much leaner sales, quite honestly, from some of these other campaign types. So we decided to turn it off. Okay, now let's get into this next campaign type. This one's pretty cool. You'll notice that it's a 7% ACoS, which is bonkers, but I'm gonna give you a little caveat here. It's kind of cheating because what this campaign is it's something called a brand defense campaign. This is really critical during launch or any other period for any seller on Amazon. I have a whole video on these types of campaigns. There's a whole science to this, and if you want to master it, you can go on my channel. The thumbnail just says defend your brand, so you'll be able to find it really easily. All about brand defense campaigns. There's keyword defense campaigns, product targeting brand defense campaigns, and category targeting brand defense campaigns. This particular one is a sponsored product targeting campaign with exact match product targeting our own other products. That's why it says own brands here. So it's targeting our products on all of our other products. This is the reason we get such a low ACoS for this, because they're already on our brand's products when they see the ad. So they're already familiar with our brand. These sales that we're getting, that's not even the main benefit. We would actually pay to have these ads live, even if they produced 0 sales at all, solely for the purpose of pushing out the space for competitors to take our sales. Even if it was just paying Amazon to have white space there instead of competitors there, we would pay for that. And any sales that we get are just extra bonus. And the fact that we're getting them at such a low ACoS is even better. So that's what makes these campaigns a total no-brainer. Some people don't use these campaigns because they're afraid of cannibalization or whatever. That's totally ridiculous. Everyone should have these campaigns going. Brand defense campaigns for keywords, brand defense campaigns for products, and brand defense campaigns for categories, and brand defense campaigns in sponsored products, brand defense campaigns in sponsored brands, and brand defense campaigns in sponsored display. You should have brand defense every way you could possibly cut it, because they're the best campaigns to keep competitors from taking your sales. Plus they produce very low ACoS sales on top of that, even though the sales aren't even what we're going for with these campaigns. So how do you set up a campaign like this? Well, this is where I'm going to go to this tool that I'm giving you. This tool is pretty cool. Now, this is the first time I'm actually going to walk you through it. What this tool is it shows every one of the most effective campaign setup types in Amazon. Literally, if you were to combine all of the different settings you could do inside Amazon Seller Central, it would come out to like hundreds of millions of different combinations of different settings of campaigns. It's completely overwhelming and a completely, honestly, ridiculous amount of settings. So we've simplified it for you guys to just a few campaign types in each of the 3 major ad types: sponsored products, sponsored brands, and sponsored display. And we have each of the best campaign setups here. And if you expand this out, each of these campaign setups, we show you exactly what to put in each of the fields when you're setting up this campaign: the targeting, the match type, the ad format, the landing page, the starting bid, everything. Plus, we actually have a video walkthrough of setting up that campaign so you can actually watch the campaign being set up live. So there's absolutely no ambiguity, no chance for misunderstanding. And if you want to set up any of these highly effective campaigns at home, there will absolutely be no ambiguity. You'll be able to do it yourself, no problem. Cool? You like that? I thought you would. All right, now let's jump into how to create this campaign that we just walked through. So this is called a brand defense campaign targeting ASINs. Now, to set up this campaign, you're going to go to sponsored products, then you're going to name the ad group, select the product that you want to advertise, then go to manual targeting, then product targeting, then select individual products, enter list, and make sure you click exact, not expanded. Enter your bid, and then you're going to enter your own other ASINs. And you could enter all of them, or if you have like dozens or hundreds of ASINs, just enter the dozen or so that are most closely related to your product. Select down only bidding. Don't put any bid modifiers in for now. You might do that later, but you're not going to do it right now. Name the campaign, select your daily budget, and then launch it. Again, if you need help on budgeting or bids, I have whole videos on this. You could check them on my channel. I'm not going to go into this, otherwise this video would be hours long. Okay, the next group of campaigns that we have here, the next 4 campaigns that are all the same setup, which is an auto targeting campaign. Auto targeting campaigns used to be thought of as kind of money pits that allow Amazon to spend your money not wisely. But recently, Amazon has gotten better and better at their own targeting algorithm. So auto campaigns can actually be really powerful and even really lean, as long as you're really good at adding negative targets to the campaign. Most of the management of an auto targeting campaign comes down to just adding negative targets when you see that Amazon has latched onto some kind of word or phrase that's not relevant to you and that's producing high ACoS sales or not producing any sales. So how do you set up a campaign like this? Let's go back to our tool here and look at automatic targeting campaigns. So here we have 4 different types: close match, loose match, substitutes, and complements. These are the 4 different match types, quote unquote, inside inside automatic targeting campaigns, unlike manual targeted campaigns where you have the match types of broad, phrase, exact, or broad modified. When you do auto targeting campaigns, your match types are close match, loose match, substitutes, and complements. What do they mean? Close match means keywords that would be a close match to what your product is. So if I was advertising bed sheets, it would advertise me on bed sheet related keywords or people searching for something like a bed sheet. Now, loose match is also keyword based, but Amazon has a lot more leeway with what types of keywords they're going to advertise you on. So instead of just bed sheets, it might advertise me on people searching for blankets. Substitutes and complements are product based. So substitutes means Amazon's going to put me on product pages that are really similar to my product. They could be substituted for my product. So it would advertise me on other bed sheet listings. Complements means it would advertise me on products that would be complementary to my product. So if I was advertising bed sheets, it might also put me on listings that sell pillows, for example. Now, the two that tend to work the best are close match and substitutes. So if you're going to start with one, I would start with close match and then try substitutes. And then once they're working well, try loose match and complements. So how do you set one of these up? Well, let's go in the tool and let's take a look. Okay, so you're going to go to sponsored products, click continue, name the ad group, select the product that you want to advertise. Then you're going to click automatic targeting and then set bids by targeting group. And usually it's best to just do one targeting group at a time for a campaign. It allows you to have better control over it. Now you're going to do negative exact match. Now, you don't necessarily have to start with negative exact match keywords. There are two ways to do this. One is to negative exact match all the keywords that you're targeting exact match in other campaigns. And another way is to just allow Amazon to start advertising and then you add negative keywords as time goes on. At the very least, you might want to add negative keywords that are other brands or search terms that you know might show up but that aren't relevant to you. So for example, if you're selling a wooden phone stand and you know you always get advertised for metal phone stand, you're going to negative phrase match metal because you know that's not the material that your product is made of. So once you've added your negative targets, you're good to go. Don't overthink this. You can add these as time goes on when you look at the data. Then you're going to select dynamic bids down only, name your campaign, set your daily budget, and launch. And those are the top campaigns that allowed us to launch a product and make $100,000 in the first 90 days profitably, very profitably. Now, if you'd like to partner with us to launch your next product or take over your PPC to scale you or launch you profitably, click the link in the description of this video and you can apply there. If you want to get access to the resource that I mentioned in this video, that's a cheat sheet showing you step-by-step how to set up all of the most effective Amazon PPC campaign configurations, just email on this screen right now. I'll also put it in the description. Use the subject line PPC cheat sheet and I will send it back to you. The email is just hello@sophisociety.com. If you'd like to see that video that I kept mentioning that's about bids and how to set your bids, you can check out that video here. After you watch that video, you will be a complete bidding wizard, expert, never going to have questions about bidding again. So check that video out here and I'll see you over there.